Jackson, your platform partner, your hustling homie, all about making things happen, addicted to action. And I want to share with you about the power of building the inside resources and not just the external resources. And so many of us, we focus on just external things. We focus on how can I maybe just lose weight or get stronger in terms of physically, or how can I get more money, right, and impress other people, get this job. And I can understand why, because this is the world that we live in, right? But we don't put in enough time to really develop our own mind, our internal emotions, because that's really what a strength is. It comes from within. Like right now, we're so dependent on technology. It was a time a day. It was a time recently where before we had smartphones, you can remember most people's numbers right off the top of your head. I remember when I was in high school, we weren't even allowed to use calculators when we would do problems. We would do everything either from our head, or we would write it down and figure it out. So this will give us strength. This will give us confidence, right? But nowadays, because we're so dependent on our technology, we're not using that. So we have to purposefully build your brain by detaching from your technology and doing brain games. It could be fun. It don't have to be hard. But every day you want to do things where you get away from your phone for at least an hour. Go for a walk without the phone. Do math problems every day without your phone. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take 3 minutes. I'll do a multiplication drill, or I'll do a writing exercise just to challenge my brain. Or I'll read something basic. So that way my mental is staying strong, and not just mentally but also emotionally, because you want to be emotionally tough, because it doesn't make sense to achieve a lot and you get what you want in terms of money and achievement, but then on the inside you're depressed. On the inside you're not happy. Why? Because many of us haven't developed ourselves on the inside yet. We haven't developed that strength, and so what happens is, I'll give you an example. I'm in a Toastmasters group, right? Public speaking organization. And we had a speech competition. And during that competition, one of the guys who lost, he was so hurt that he lost. He came in second place. He quit the club. Like, he had been a member of the organization and he decided to just totally quit the organization. And I spoke with him. I said, man, why are you so, like, the dude cried in the middle of the meeting. And so I said, what would make you be so emotional about losing this contest? Like, what's going on? I tried to really bond with the guy, and come to find out, this guy, 30 years old, has never been on a sports team in his life. When he was in high school, in grammar school, he was never part of any sort of team events where they had to compete and he had to lose. So this was his first contest of any kind in his life. And so it's the moment he got put into an emotional situation where he couldn't get his way and he had to take a loss, which really wasn't a loss, right? Because when by you being active, you winning and you growing. But he didn't have the character development. So it led to him just quitting the organization, crying. I mean, it could have got worse. He probably could have, went and grabbed a slingshot and got the killing squirrels or something, But this is stuff that's very important. He could have went home and got the cussing out his wife and, and doing all type of craziness. So we have to develop ourselves mentally, mental strength. And it starts by intentionally getting away from your technology, things that are comfortable. I'm not saying all the time. I get it. You're going to use your phone. We're going to use that technology. It's a tool, but don't become dependent on your tool. All right? You have to do that. You should not be as good, like a good barber should be able to use different type of clippers to get the job done. All right? So, and I'm going to encourage you, if you want to get things done, like, what would you do if you didn't have access to your tools? So the number one tool is you. It's your brain, your power. I want you to think about ancient, like Egyptians. Here it is. They still have technology and monuments that have existed for tens of thousands of years. Now, they may not have as much technology as we have. They may have or may haven't, right? That's a whole nother conversation. I think they actually did, but it was a different type of technology. But they were tapping into the mental technology more than anything else. And here it is, we can't duplicate most of the stuff they did, and we think that we're better. And we have to really get back to the basics of the human mind, the brain technology, and developing that. So do that in that order, man. Hey, look, I've got some other videos we're going to be posting on the page, Hustle Headquarters. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe and be in tune. And we're going to be there, Dr. Jackson 360. Make sure you get the books, the classes, the programs, get all of the merch, etc. And yeah, I look forward to seeing y'all in a little bit. Oh yeah, new music is coming on the way, in addition to that Hustle God 360 album. It's amazing, for winners only. But I want y'all to get to it, and let's do it. So I'll be seeing y'all in a little bit. Flip it.